All right, I thought I'd take a quick look at the actual way I'm building this partition. The larger one I've already shown you in a previous video, but this is a smaller one. I told you I needed one about 15 inches, and this is exactly 15 inches across. You know, give or take a tenth of an inch, but as close as I'm going to get. How I've built this is simple. I build this as unfortunately I mixed two different thicknesses of plywood here. It doesn't really make a big difference because I'm going to cover all of this with some type of I don't know, covering, black of some kind or dark. Since this is basically not only is a partition important for insulation, which is why I've got this thing insulated to a degree, it's also part of being stealth. Once again, you see this very thick piece of insulation inside here. Now this board I've screwed on in here, I'm going to cut this off even and then build the other side, but I just didn't have a piece that fit, so I just put that on there. It's easier to cut with a guide, so I'll just cut across here, then I'll take this, flip it over, put this here, and then cut it even. And it should be it's a little bit less. It's 51 and a half, and it might be a little like 50 and 3/4 inches, or right at 51, which is fine because I can build padding above it, or like using door sealing. You know, I think you seal under the door. I don't even know the name of it. To prevent airflow, I can put it above there, and let's set that on the ground and put that above to close the gap above. That way I don't have to worry about creating that dome in the van. And anyway, I did use some more expensive screws than I planned. And these Craig jig screws, I used those because they were available. They were expensive, but I'm probably never going to use them all anyway, at least not on this job. So basically, I'm going to put the two boards in. I think I'm going to have 90% coverage, and then all I'll have to do is to get a way to mount it solid. I'm thinking about getting a 2x6 or 1x6 on one side and just attaching it there on that side, and then, you know, seeing how much space I've got left as this thing goes over into the door opening, and it actually obstructs one of the right-hand doors. There's no way to avoid it because of the weird way this van is constructed, and I don't know if it's weird. It might be more common than I think, but this old 91 has the seats where they go back beyond the doors of the that open up to let you see in the side of the van. Anyway, this is what I've got, and I found a great idea that I didn't know I had. Well, actually, it's by accident. You see there's a gap down the edge here. Sorry about the nastiness. I'm moving, and it's just everything is everywhere. And down this side, that gap means I can put some gap sealing expandable insulation in there, and I actually get insulation at the board side, so it's insulated all the way across. Of course, the big insulation's in the middle, and this is only minor on the side, but it is one solid piece of insulation when I get that installed. Just want to give you a great look at how I did this. I just cut and jam this in, and then all I got to do is cut this board off, flip it over, then cut it even, and then I'll have a plank of insulated partition. All right, that's all I've got, and I will talk to you later.